I just took a shower, so I'm like steamy. Like, you know when you take a shower and you wash your hair and then like it's not dry, but it's like not wet, but it's still like damp, so you get all hot. I don't know. Anyways, welcome to, or back, probably if you're my friend, you're watching this, to my channel. My name is Jerica, and this is my channel. I decided to call it an August Virgo. That's sort of what I've settled on, mainly because I haven't been able to come up with like another idea, but also just, I feel like kind of, I guess in a way, fits my personality. So yes, welcome to an August Virgo. I haven't posted in a while, and that's mainly due to lack of confidence, lack of motivation, honestly. It's been a rough couple of years for me, so just feeling like not very motivated when it comes to my, I guess, the stuff that I want to do creatively. It's been a little rough for me. And I've been wanting to do something like a YouTube channel to just sort of like, I don't know, have a creative outlet of some kind. So I'm hoping that I can use this channel to just sort of like talk about things. And when I was in school for journalism, I had a column, so I would talk about stuff happening in just in media and politics and society in general, and just sort of like give my opinion. And I think I've just been kind of afraid to, just because of like how the internet is when it comes to sharing your opinion. Like, people aren't always the nicest, but I don't know. I think I have to kind of stop caring what people think of me. That's sort of been my biggest hurdle, or one of my biggest hurdles, when it comes to like my mental health, and just sort of being able to process things so that I'm not like dwelling on, you know, behaviors that I did in the past or things I didn't do in the past. It's not very productive. So, and if you hear my dogs in the background, I apologize. Hopefully it's not picking them up. They're so annoying. But anyways, let's get started on kind of what I wanted to talk about in this video. So in this video, I wanted to talk about, I guess just sort of like where I'm at right now in my life. Since I last sort of posted a video, I posted about how I was like looking for work and how it's been hard to find a job. I haven't had like full-time work in a couple of years, so it's been really rough for me. And I have started to look at like doing like retail jobs, just to have some kind of income coming in. And one of the biggest, I guess, sort of updates for me, I guess sort of updates is I have been seeing a therapist for a couple months now, or more than a couple months now. But one of the things that we had been talking about was me sort of like figuring out what was like wrong with me, which, you know, it's not necessarily a fault having some kind of mental illness, but I had been sort of questioning whether or not I had like ADHD. And I was like the type of person, or like kind of, I think a lot of people, when they think of like ADHD, are being like neurodivergent. Like when I was a kid, at least, it was like, oh, like that kid's a little odd. He has ADHD, or he's hyper and he talks a lot and doesn't know when to sit down and be quiet. But essentially what I was diagnosed with was ADHD inattentive type. I think that's what they call it. And that essentially means like I do have ADHD. It's just like not necessarily the hyperactive part of ADHD. And that's something that, you know, I'm just kind of going through all the stuff that I've been reading and the, you know, videos and other creators that have ADHD, just sort of listening to what their experience has been like, that it's actually pretty common. And a lot of people that go undiagnosed up until, like, you know, I'm 32 and I just got diagnosed a couple months ago. A lot of people get diagnosed or have been getting diagnosed as an adult, and a lot of times the symptoms of ADHD, especially the inattentive one, is like very similar to like depression and anxiety. When I was talking to the psychiatrist and like doing my assessment, you know, they ask you about your childhood and like your experiences as a kid. And I said, you know, like just sort of thinking back to when I was a kid, like, you know, when things were hard for me, I never really like spoke out. Like I was always just very anxious. And I would drift off and like, you know, oh, you know, I'm just a daydreamer. And I would be like in my head, like making these like fucking scenarios in my head and stuff like that. And, you know, other things like my memory problems, or things are, you know, hard for me to like memorize things. And it's hard for me to like, it's like, with ADHD, it's like the way your brain processes information. So it wasn't necessarily that I didn't get the information, because like growing up, I think I was seen as like a smart kid. Like I would have been considered like smart, but a lot of times the information that I was being taught, I had to sort of like repeat it in my head over and over again. And I would feel like stupid sometimes, because like, you know, my classmates or my friends, like they would be understanding things like right away, and I wouldn't necessarily like not understand things, but it was just like the speed in which I like understood things. And again, like when I was a kid, I just thought, well, that's just how I am. I'm just like a little slower, like takes me a while to learn. But it's like all these little things that sort of just add up, and I'm like, wow, like I did it. Like that, if that's ADHD, then I definitely had it as a kid. But I think because I was so like introverted, I didn't necessarily like show like the signs of it. And like a lot of the things that I would experience, like I got diagnosed with like a panic disorder, and when I would have panic attacks, you know, my guardian parental figure would, oh, you're crazy, stop being crazy. Having anxiety, having social anxiety, and now I'm taking like medication for ADHD, anxiety, and depression, and I'm probably gonna need to make a few more adjustments, but that's just something that I've sort of been trying to understand more, and trying to just sort of get a grasp of it and not let it control my life, basically. I swear these dogs are driving me nuts. Anyways, yeah, I think that like the mental health thing is definitely like a big I guess update on my life. You know, still looking for work. I've been working on my mental health and also working on my physical health. I've been trying to work out more, going for walks more. I've been taking Ginger, who's being a brat right now. I've been taking her for walks, longer walks. We go for about a mile. One day we went 2 miles. I'm trying not to like push myself too hard, because when I do, I tend to like overexert myself and then, you know, get discouraged and give up on it. But I've been like keeping up with it and doing different exercises, and we have some like dumbbells and kettlebells here that I can use. And our complex does have a gym, but I don't know, like I'm not opposed to going to it, but like it's like it opens at like 12 noon and then closes at like 7:30 or 8 or something like that. And like I think for me, like I would just prefer to work out like in the morning, even like 9 o'clock. I think it's just, for me, I just feel a little better when I do work out. Like I would go, like a few years ago when I had a gym membership, I would go after work. I didn't really feel that motivated after work because I'm like, I literally just want to go home. Like I just want to go home. So I think working out in the morning, or at least earlier in the day, is a little bit easier for me. But yeah, just trying to just like move my body, and I'm trying to build up like my muscle strength. Like I think just because my body feels weak, and I think that's a lot, that feeling is connected a lot to my feeling of like depression, and I think that working on my physical health will help me in the long run, like not only my mental health but like my physical health. I'm 32, I'm gonna be 33 in August of this year, so it's only about like 2-3 months away because I was born at the end of August, but it's not that far away. And you know, I'm not getting younger, and I don't want to keep feeling like I feel like every year I'm like, oh, like I'm gonna get my shit together, I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna work out and I'm gonna lose weight and have a goal, I'm gonna lose 50 pounds this year or whatever. It's like I never really do it. So I've been trying to, I guess, just like change the way I view working out and being healthy and stuff. Like I think a lot of times we view it as like almost like a punishment, like, you know, like, oh, like you let yourself go, so now you have to starve yourself and work yourself to death. And at least that was the vibe like growing up a lot. But I've been focusing more on trying to be like more positive about it, and I think that's what also helps. And also just like following people on social media that are positive when it comes to like weight loss and, you know, body positivity, like that kind of stuff. Because a lot of people, I think with the body positive movement, from what I remember of it, like as someone who's like chronically online, went through the Tumblr era and all of that, it was more so about like people just trying to like not hate themselves, like not feel like shit about their body. And I think people sort of just like took it and like, I don't know, like most things just kind of run it to the ground. Like, oh, gotta be body positive, gotta be, oh, look at these woke libtard snowflake kind of vibe. Like, and it's just like, no, I just don't want to like hate myself. Like, I just don't want to like look in the mirror and just like feel ashamed. Like, I don't know, like that doesn't seem like a bad thing, but you know, that's, oh, you're glorifying obesity. And it's like, no, y'all say that on like posts of big girls trying to lose weight, big guys trying to lose weight, or people who aren't obese but like they like don't shame obese people or fat people. And it's like you're condoning the behavior of obese people. Ginger, come on, go. This is what I'm talking about. Go, baby. She's just like always just looking for stuff in the background. Anyways, why are you being naughty for? mind you, I've been like on my laptop and I've been just kind of around and picking up and trying to clean, and she's nowhere near me. Go, you cannot come over here, stop. She's very spoiled. My fault, but I'm trying to be a little bit more like putting my foot down with her. But yeah, all day nothing from her, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna film something, and then now all of a sudden she's like, I'm gonna go around mom and knock things over. There she is in the background. Look at her. She's lucky I love her. But anyways, yeah, that's just something, again, when it comes to like fixing my life, like that's sort of the vibe I want to have for this channel, is just like me sort of like talking about stuff that's happening in my life, and maybe talk about like stuff that I've gone through, or even just talk about stuff happening in like social media and pop culture. And I've been watching a lot of like commentary videos, so a lot of like commentary YouTubers like Khadija, T Noir, like For Harriet, like that kind of vibe when it comes to YouTube. So I think YouTube started to like recommend a lot more of these like commentary channels to me. I followed a few in the last couple months, and just sort of watching them and getting inspiration, and I guess just sort of understanding what like commentary YouTube is. And like I like to watch like Raw Beauty Christie, like, you know, a lot of her stuff, she would talk about like makeup and all that kind of stuff, like new releases and stuff, but like she's sort of been talking more about like her life, and she also talked about like her mental health and her struggles with like anxiety and motherhood, and just, you know, stuff like that in general. I think is stuff that I could relate to. So when I can find someone like that I can connect with, I really appreciate it, I think, because, you know, like when I first found Sad Boys, or like Jarvis Johnson and Jordan Adika, they were talking about how like they have like all these things in common, and when they first met, it was like people would get them confused and stuff. And it's so funny because like I was like watching them, and I'm like, man, like I can relate to a lot of what they're saying. Okay. And kind of just finding out more about them, and like one video they're like talking about like ADHD, and I was like, wait a second, like y'all have ADHD? I'm like, oh, that's no wonder I can relate to what you guys are saying. Like, makes sense. Like, yeah. So just finding, I think, YouTube videos like that, and following, you know, people that are around my age, a little younger, a little older. We're just sort of trying to like figure stuff out in life, and we're seeing all this crap happening in the world, and it sucks. And, you know, this year's an election year, so of course we're seeing all this stuff, and Trump just got convicted. Who knows what's gonna happen with that, and everything happening with like Palestine and the Congo. And it's like, sometimes it can get overwhelming, but I try to stay informed, and I, you know, whether it's stuff like political stuff and wars, and or like stuff that's in like, you know, pop culture, little dramas that happen. Like I like to watch the Impressive channel, those tea spill channels. Like sometimes I'm like, let me check this out, like what's the drama with Nicki Minaj now, you know, like so I think I think I haven't had inspiration for like anything creative in a long time, so it's just been nice to like sort of watch watch people that do give me inspiration. So I'm hoping that the next, you know, the next time I put out a video, it could be something like that. Of course, a lot of research will go into it, but that's expected because, again, I study journalism, so I know. But yes, if you are interested in following me and just sort of seeing where my journey in this goes, give me a follow. You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Hella Jerica. I'll probably link my stuff like in the caption, or like not the caption, but the description. But yeah, I'm hoping that I just sort of keep it up and just find stuff, even just like random 5-10 minute videos, I think would be cool to just put out. So I'm hoping that I keep up that motivation. Yeah, so give me a follow. If not, it's okay. I don't always follow people whose videos I've watched, so it's fine, whatever. But yeah, thank you for watching this and watching my little update on my life, and I hope that you have a good rest of your week, and hopefully the rest of the summer goes well and everyone is doing well and healthy, and everything is full of abundance and hope and joy and all that corny stuff. But anyways, thank you for watching. I appreciate it.